And I tell a story all the time about somebody says you shouldn't list your house over the holidays, right? You get an objection all the time of, well, it's coming up on December, so I'm just going to wait till spring. It's like, well, you can wait till spring, but then you're going to miss the absolute #1 best month of the year to sell a house. And I'll ask people, what do you think the #1 month is? And it's always April, May, or June. And it's December. And the reason we got that is there was an agent on my team one time asked me, we were putting 3 houses on the market in the first week in December, and she says, that stinks, we got them coming on now. And I said, why do you say that? And she said, well, you're not supposed to list over the holidays. And I said, why do you say that? And she said, well, that's just what I've always heard. And I actually thought she was right at the time, but me and my personality, I said, well, instead of just regurgitating what everybody else says, how about we back that up with some data first? And what we did was we got we started making a spreadsheet, and I have it from 2007. I just looked at it 2 days ago, in fact, from 2007 through the end of 2022. I quit tracking now because it's very obvious. December is the #1 month year after year. If you look at it, how many homes are active versus how many homes go under contract in the month. December, you have the highest chance of going under contract in the month of December. And it's not even close. There were 2 years, 2009 and 2014, where it was #2. Every other year, it's #1. And when we started peeling back the onion on that, what we found is the active inventory plummets in December. Everybody thinks you're not supposed to list over the holidays, so they don't. The buyer pool doesn't shift down at the same rate. So you have this imbalance that grows for the month of December, and then you get back into January and it kind of resets. But that's the kind of thinking I want people to do, is like, just challenge it and verify and back up what you say with some actual empirical evidence, not just because that's what everybody says. So maybe that's a defect in my personality, but that's something that we work on hard, is trying to challenge our people on how to handle those kinds of objections.
I love it, because you actually taught me that. So I've actually used that on other people now. It's, the buyers, when a buyer has to buy, they got to buy.
That's it.
There's always a reason. Because we put stuff out in November and December.
Yeah.
You have a good product, people will still buy it.
Yeah.
I think the other thing you told me was the ratios. Less buyers.
Yep.
Well, buyer stay pretty much universal, right? They don't flux too much.
Well, they do. I think the market shifts. Yeah, they shift with the market. It's just, you're looking for the imbalance. Do you have more buyers than sellers, or more sellers than buyers? And that determines if you're in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or a neutral market. And you're just trying to keep track of that and understand where you are. Like right now, I do believe the market's in a shifting period, and you're seeing more price adjustments now than you have. You're seeing inventory go up. You're seeing that nationwide, but we're certainly experiencing it here. So we talk about that all the time on our team. And the goal is to try to get people to think about it. And what does this mean? And I could show you a set of data that you would look at and say, oh, I think this tells this story. And I may look at it and say, I think it tells this story. And you go to a third person, and I think it tells this story. And it's just that type of thinking where we can walk through the different scenarios is fun for me.